The Miami Dolphins draft Kenneth Grant. Some people are not happy about it. Some people think it was a reach. Some people think they know better than some other people. I'm going to tell you what I think about it. What is up, Finn fans? Let's just jump right into it. Let's just do it and pop it up. The Miami Dolphins with the 13th overall pick select Kenneth Grant. I like this pick. I obviously would have loved more if Graham was there, if Membu was there, if Will Campbell was there. But Kenneth Grant, I like the pick. When the Dolphins were on the clock, everyone asked me, who would you like here? I said, Jihad Barron, Kenneth Grant, or Gray Zabel, but I felt like Gray Zabel, it was a little too high for Gray Zabel. He eventually went 18 to Seattle. Jahdae Barron went later on to, I don't remember who. Will Johnson is still on the board. I'm going to talk about who's still on the board, who's still best available, all this stuff. I'm going to talk about all of that tomorrow morning. So, I'm going to make the video right after this, and then I'm going to eat because I haven't really eaten today. And that will be out tomorrow, talking about who's the best available and all that stuff. But let's talk about Kenneth Grant. I like the pick. I give it a solid B+. I don't think it's a home run of a pick. A+ to me, again, would have been Graham, Membu, or Will Campbell. I think those guys would have been a steal. But I like Kenneth Grant pick. I think he was my third best defensive lineman in this draft. And again, I will talk about some of the guys who are falling and why they're falling. But I like him. I like him a lot. And you look at some of the pluses and minuses. We'll go over it again. First off, you can look at right here. This is PFF. Look at his grades for pass rushing, for run defense, for pass rush win rate, for true pass rush rate, run stop. Look at all of his grades here. Then you look at his analysts. Exceptionally quickness for a player of his size, quick to counter moves and adjust to mid rush. Active hands in passing lanes leading to batted passes, impressive overall athleticism for his frame, effective ET stunts executes ET stunts effectively when looping inside. So again, a little stunts-aroo. Plays too high at times, loses leverage. Hands usage could be erratic, lack purpose. These are all things that can be taught. First step isn't always upfield. And I talked about this as kind of outside instead of up. The things you can't teach, the explosiveness for his size. You keep seeing things saying for his size, for his frame. The man is 6'3", 309 pounds. He is a big, big man. Love the pick. Now, obviously, like I said, it's not a home run for me. I give it a B+, A-ish. I like the pick a lot. This is what John Gruden had to say about it.
Kenneth Grant.
Kenneth Grant.
There you go, Coach.
The first big call of the night for Coach John Gruden. Actually, I don't know that.
It might have been my favorite player in the whole draft.
You
honestly.
love this guy.
This guy comes out of the stack, man. You want to throw a bubble screen over there? Kenneth Grant will walk you down, man.
Listen to him.
He comes out of the trash. This guy plays his ass off. I love Kenneth Grant. He's a 3 technique, a guy that can play on the outside shoulder of the guard, and he can move. He's a great football player at Michigan. I love this pick.
Let me say this, Coach.
Hey, you need to cheer up, Frank the Tanker. I'm never going to go trade baseball cards with you again.
Coach, I got to say this about Kenneth Grant. He is the John Gruden grittiest player of the draft, brought to you by Chevy. That is Kenneth Grant. That is who you have picked as the grittiest player of this draft. If trucks got drafted, Chevy would be the first pick every single year.
Watch this.
It is completely buzzed on Chevy trucks. And
Who cares?
Any other you want to pick really comes standard. Awards for more award grittiest player of the draft. Kenneth Grant going to the Dolphins.
Coach, I got one question about him. Is he a leader?
He couldn't lead you and Frank the Tank to take a leak down at the freaking bathroom, man. But I think his playing style, you're going to be amazed. He's a great communicator. This guy's got a contagious vibe.
There you go. And then you got guys like Nick Saban, who says, I don't even remember in all the times that I've coached playing against two more dominant guys inside than when we played Michigan with number 55 and 78 Graham and Grant. I mean, those two guys are really, really good. You're talking about power. You're talking about athleticism. You're talking about guys who play hard, compete well. They are great effort guys to finish. This is a great effort play right here. Doesn't make the play, chase down the runner, catches him from behind. The impressive for a big guy. He moves quick for a big guy. Really love it. Everyone's, for the most part, people like it. Charles Davis said the Bills have one of the best O-lines in the AFC East. If you're going to toe and toe, you need someone. It's a smart pick. Joel Klatt said Michigan coach said he could be the best of the defensive linemen in the future. He's got that rare motor for a guy who's 330 pounds. He doesn't even understand how good he is yet. His best football is ahead of him. He could be one of the better defensive tackles in the coming years. Daniel Jeremiah said he's a very athletic, big guy. It's hard to find guys that big that can run. When you have those edges, he's going to be able to pressure the pocket. That's the other thing. We're going to have Chubb and Chop and Phillips and all these guys coming off the edges. Then you're going to have Sealer and you're going to have Grant hit in the middle. It's going to be dangerous, absolutely dangerous. Again, we desperately needed a defensive tackle, and the Miami Dolphins go out and they draft Kenneth Grant. Now, Chris Grier and Mike McDaniel came out. They had their little presser. We think Kenneth Grant is a tremendous player. He can be a potential impact player for us. Made the right stuff. We are very happy to add him to the roster. Defensive tackle is a big need. Yes, they had one guy on the defensive line as a starter. Benito Jones is a backup guy. We don't view him as a run stopper. It's not always about sacks. The ability to push the pocket in the middle is a huge thing in the NFL. He has tremendous work ethic to do that. If he can use that power and he can force double teams to go to the inside, then you have the speed on the outside. It could be really, really, really good. Grier on his conditioning, the college game is a lot faster, a lot of no huddle offense. The weight with us, we got to know him in the offseason and he played well. We're not concerned with it. We did a lot of background studies and information gathering and feel comfortable with him. Talking to people at Michigan, they didn't view it as an issue. Obviously, he's going to have to come in. He's going to have to work. He's going to have to work with the conditioning coaches and all that stuff. Grier said owner Stephen Ross was very, very happy because he's a Michigan alum. McDaniel said Sealer told McDaniel that he heard Michigan guys are hard workers. Again, somebody that's going to be taking him under his wing. Grier on pairing Grant and Sealer. I'm excited about it. He's a good player, Kenneth Grant. And Mason Graham did a good job. They're a hard team to run on. What else? Does Grier prefer to wait until after June 1st to trade Ramsey because of the cap hit lower? Grier said, not necessarily. We're open to everything whenever the right opportunity strikes. Grier on corners available in the draft round 1. It's a deeper group of guys. Corners come through all rounds. Kansas City has picked good corners 5th through 7th rounds. And on filling needs, he says there are a number of really good free agents we've been in touch with. We will look at needs, but strictly the final 6 rounds looking at good players. So again, they are talking about going and addressing some needs that they don't address in free agency. And again, we'll talk about that. Again, give you a little bit of an idea of the schedule of the next couple of days. We live stream today, then you have this where I talk about the pick. Then tomorrow is going to be who's available for day 2. Day 2, we will live stream. I will talk about the picks that they made. And again, best available for day 3. Then I'm not live streaming for day 3. I will do shorts talking about, hey, blah, 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 this, and that. Then I will recap the draft. We will talk about undrafted free agents. Then I will grade the draft. Then we will talk about needs after the draft. And then we will talk about best available free agents. I got a lot I'm going to do in the next 4 to 5 days. So if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. But again, Miami Dolphins, and I know what I've heard. It's a reach. why didn't they trade down? For one, it's a reach to you. We could look at the Ravens' big board. We could look at all these teams' big boards, and he could be different. People thought Chop Robinson was a reach, but some of these other teams' big boards had Chop Robinson going in the teens, early 20s. So he went right where he was going to go with the Dolphins. A lot of us fans assume things, and we have no idea. Also, why didn't they trade down? They could have traded down. Why didn't they trade down? It's not that easy. If you noticed, only one team traded down, and that was Cleveland. Outside of that, the next trade down didn't happen until like 25 when the Giants traded up to take Jackson Dart. Trading down was very hard because no team wanted to trade up in this draft. Every team wanted to trade down. So to say, oh, we should have traded down, it's not as easy as just being like, we're going to trade down. We're going to do it, and we're going to pick you to trade up. That's not how that works. But Miami Dolphins make the pick. They take Jackson Dart. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good. I'm happy. B+, A- grade for me. We'll see what they do with day 2, and I will talk about best available for day 2. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts, your picks, all that stuff. And like usual, stay classy. My friends out.